Hello everybody, and today is November 17th. It's a Monday. Welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I now put in my 2 cents about movies. I took this entire weekend, and it was a very lazy weekend. I basically did nothing but watch movies. So, yeah, I'm gonna review movies that I watched last week, and then I'll have to do another episode where I do all the movies that I watched this weekend. So, I'm actually quite a bit behind, but I can now watch a lot of movies because I don't have my class, so I'll have plenty of free time. And when I say plenty of free time, I mean I'm going to fill it up with stuff, so I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. Anyway, so movies I want to talk about today: Artificial Intelligence, AI, Bicentennial Man, When Harry Met Sally, and I'm Reed Fish. So let's just dive right in and start with Artificial Intelligence. This movie is a drama movie, despite the fact that it, a lot of people have the preconception that most robot movies or artificial intelligent movies are like action movies, like I, Robot and things like that, but that's definitely not true. This is definitely one of those movies where it explores a little bit about the whole cultural society and how we might react to robots if they were among common people. But one of the big issues that they deal with is what happens if you can program something that is so intelligent that it is almost self-aware, has its own dreams and desires. So pretty much you can equate this artificial intelligence movie to a Pinocchio story. Basically it's about this robot boy who is programmed to love, really love, and they kind of talk about the implications of that. Now it stars Haley Joel Osment as the young robot who wants to be a real boy. And it's got a bunch of funny parts in it, because I think my favorite character in this movie is actually Jude Law's character. He plays this robot that is a male prostitute robot, basically, and he has a lot of funny one-liners. So anyway, definitely worth a watch. The problem with this movie is it's a little bit long. It's quite long, almost unbearably long, because pretty much when you get to the first point where you think it's going to end, it just keeps on going. And for the last like half hour, it just proceeds to keep on going when you think it should end like 1, 2, 3. I thought the movie should have ended like 4 times, but as it turns out, it didn't end at all. So anyway, Artificial Intelligence, I thought it was well done. Special effects are great. Acting's actually pretty good. I really don't have too many qualms about that. Pacing, a lot of huge issues with pacing. I think they should cut a lot of things out. You could definitely go a lot quicker and it won't affect the story that much at all. I'm tempted to say that the way that it ends, because of the various, oh, I think it should end here, I think it should end there. They were trying to reach for a certain kind of ending, but they couldn't get it in all these other endings. So I'm not sure what they were trying to do, but I don't know. I didn't like what they did, what they ended up doing, so anyway, Artificial Intelligence, I liked it, but I had a lot of issues with it. So I would say it's worth a watch anyway, especially if you like, exploratory social experiments or whatever. But anyway, so that's Artificial Intelligence. So next one I want to talk about, Bicentennial Man. So I got this one because it's the tail end of the Robin Williams stuff. So actually, I'm stopping all the Robin Williams things because I've watched so many Robin Williams movies in the last like month or so. So that, and I'm not sure how many there are left. So there's probably a few that I haven't seen, but let's not get into those right now. And then AI kind of was related to Bicentennial Man. So anyway, both about robots. All right, Bicentennial Man. This movie stars Robin Williams, of course, as a robot designed to be a servant, and he basically works for this family who purchased him. But what ends up happening is one of the daughters doesn't really like him, so she commands him to try and kill himself by jumping out a window. Now I'm thinking he's probably designed much more robustly than that, so jumping out a window might have not done anything. But in the movie, he ends up gaining this sense of, I guess what you would call individuality. It's definitely different than your typical robot. Basically after that point, after he falls out the window, he pretty much acts differently. Now, this also is a long movie, but they're trying to cover about 200 years, hence Bicentennial Man. And pretty much the progression is that after he gains this individuality, is he starts doing tasks on his own. He starts doing things that he likes. And one of the things that he does is woodworking, and the father of the family that purchased him, so I guess it's basically kind of like his father, but not really, is the father actually teaches him how to make clocks. So he's making clocks. He has a lot of money, and after a large amount of time, he decides that he can, spend his money on his own. Now they do explore a few things like, oh hey, what's a robot going to do with his own bank account, And they're trying to basically portray him as a person. So personification is very high. There's a lot of it, and they do a pretty good job. Now, about halfway through the movie is where most of that ends, and it actually starts becoming a movie about him. The robot character's name is Andrew, but sometimes he refers to himself as One. And he basically goes on to develop actual, friendships and relationships with people around him. So, the family that owns him and other people around him. So that's actually very interesting. Now, overall, I thought this movie was an excellent movie. Definitely have no real problems with it. I think that most of the stuff that was in there, even though some of it was very slow, it was very important. So you definitely need that kind of thing. I would say this is mostly a comedy drama. There is a lot of funny stuff, especially when Andrew's character tries to, Robin Williams' character, he tries to tell jokes. And there's that one hilarious scene where he just learned what jokes were, but he doesn't know what laughing is, so he kind of tells them all, right in a row, and just hearing them all is ridiculous. So anyway, that's Bicentennial Man, and I would say this is a must-watch movie, especially if you like any sort of character development movie. This movie is pretty much about developing this one character. So Bicentennial Man, definitely huge thumbs up, definitely a must-watch, I feel. So yeah, get on it.